Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another reaction video. We have a sports video for the first time in a little while now. It's been a little bit of time since I last reacted to anything sports related. I'm a big sports fan, so it's kind of surprising how I don't have much sports content on the YouTube channel since I mostly review music and stuff like that. But I'm gonna be incorporating more sports content. So definitely, I'm trying to unite music fans, sports fans, fans from different series that I'm going to be doing. I have made a list of different things I'm going to be planning to do, different series. Some of them, I don't know, maybe they might be one-offs. Maybe I won't do series for them, but most of them sound like a good idea to do a series for the summer and, moving forward. So I'm going to be, checking off the list little by little. More videos coming up. It's Friday night, so let's enjoy. Let's do a couple reaction videos tonight. We're going to be doing more later on. I have a podcast episode that I have to get done because I started recording, but I got to finish the rest of it. And I got to do a part 2. So I got to catch up on other things as well. But let's start off with this video, ladies and gentlemen. The four best players from each major sport. So as we can see, we're starting off with soccer, I'm guessing, football. Football. We're gonna start with football. I'm guessing baseball, basketball, hockey, American football. So we're gonna be having the 4 best players from each major sport to see if I agree. What's our top 4 looking like? So let's get straight to it. This is a video from Watchmojo. Last time I reacted to a Watchmojo video was, I believe, the top 20 worst rappers or something like that. And the video was so fucking ass. I basically took a hiatus watching Watchmojo videos. I was so offended from that fucking video. I fucking hated that video. I disagreed to the max. I think I may have disliked the video. I turned into an absolute hater that day. But the video sucked balls, but it's okay. I'm still subscribed. Let's just pretend that never happened. Let's hope that this video is better. The 4 best players from each major sport. As soon as I see something that is just absurd, then I guess I'm gonna just take this route over here. I'm just gonna fucking exit and get out. But anywho, let's get this straight. Let's get this started this season. Let's just start. Let's just go.
Welcome to Watchmojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the 4 greatest players
Give
in the
it to
history
me.
of 10 different sports, considering accolades, skill level, and the era.
Tennis. We're doing tennis? Okay, all right. I don't know if I can give you a top 3. I don't know about top 4, but sure.
Cricket: Shane Warne, Garfield Sobers, Don Bradman, Sachin Tendulkar. A 100.
All right. Well, I don't know nothing about cricket, so we're gonna have to just yeah. Sorry, y'all. I don't know nothing about cricket, so. Oh wait, what the fuck? They actually. Was that golf there too? Yeah, no. Damn, we're off to a bad start. Okay, whatever. They're getting the sports that I don't know off on the list because your boy does not watch cricket or golf. So this top 5 or top 4 doesn't really matter. Ben Hogan, never heard of him. Arnold Palmer, heard of him. Jack Nicklaus, and Tiger Woods. I have heard of these names, especially Tiger Woods. He is regarded as the greatest golfer of all time, even though he had a peak all the way in the early 2000s, late 90s, that he never really kind of stayed in that trajectory, obviously, because of the whole, he's been arrested multiple times, the sex scandals, and obviously, like, he was arrested for DUIs and shit like that, so, he's been a lot of controversy, but he's definitely still in, a huge, a leader, not a pioneer, or maybe a pioneer to the sport of golf, but definitely was the face of golf for a very long time. I mean, didn't he win, like, the Masters, like, in 2019 or 2018? That was, like, his major comeback after all the controversy and this like that. I mean, that was still already, like, 76 years ago, so it's been a while already, but sure. That's all I know from golf. So we're going to just move on from cricket and golf because your boy doesn't know shit. Let's get to the major sports now. Especially since cricket is more like a sport. It's like big in India. It's big in Asia. It's a bigger sport in Asia. So, I mean, fuck it. It's bigger than American football and like basketball probably. But still, I don't know nothing about cricket or golf. So Can we move on? Okay, boxing. Here we go. Fuck. What am I doing? What am I doing? Can I not? I don't know how to record a video anymore. I don't know what to do
Some
anymore.
around the sport of pound Sugar Ray Robinson absolutely deserves it.
Okay, Joe Louis. I've heard of Joe Louis's name, but I don't know much about him. Okay, Sugar Ray Robinson, Mike Tyson, and Muhammad Ali. That's a very good top four. I don't know much about Joe Louis, but let's just see his narration. Give me a little bit of
Muhammad
it.
Ali. Pound for pound, Sugar Ray Robinson absolutely deserves a place on boxing's Mount Rushmore. And some around the sport have called him the best ever.
Probably, yeah.
If someone was able to ask God to mold the greatest prize fighter that you could possibly mold,
Yeah.
it would be Sugar Ray Robinson.
In his first 11 years of professional boxing, starting in 1940, Robinson lost just one of 132 matches, with 85 knockouts. During that time, Joe Louis lost just one of 100.
Dude, 132 fights, only one L?
32 matches, with 85 knockouts. During that time, Joe
What
Louis...
the fuck? I mean, I don't want to, like, I know this is the 1940s, and he wasn't fighting no Mike Tyson. There was no Mike Tyson in the 1940s, or someone built like Mike, or someone anywhere in the trajectory of Mike Tyson. But still, bro, 132 fights and you only lose one time, even if you're a fucking amateur, like, that's impressive as hell. I don't care if he's fighting a bunch of fucking doctors, lawyers, plumbers, fucking principals of high schools, janitors. Like, I'm sorry. Even if he was fighting those kind of competition and those boxers were just regular ass people, still beating 131 out of 132 opponents? That's fucking insane. That's ridiculous,
bro. In a different weight class than Robinson.
And that's low-key abuse.
Champion from 1937
What
to
the fuck?
1949.
It's like a death sentence to fight Sugar Ray Robinson.
Decades later came another all-time boxing great who was a KO machine,
Wow.
and the undisputed world heavyweight
Tyson, yes,
champion from
he just-
1987 and
The
1990,
knockout
Mike Tyson.
power was there.
Plain and simple. Beat everybody.
He was vicious.
With
He was
Mike,
just vicious, yeah.
People were going to see somebody get their ass kicked.
Yeah, no. He was brutal, man. He had the edge most of the time. In his prime, nobody was ever touching Mike Tyson, bro. Oh, shit.
One of Iron Mike's many achievements was becoming the youngest boxer to ever win a heavyweight title.
Yeah.
Edging him out for the boxing GOAT, though, is Muhammad Ali,
Muhammad
the
Ali,
only
yes, of
three-time
course, yeah.
lineal heavyweight champion. Aptly known as the greatest, he was the greatest showman the sport has ever seen.
Yeah,
with
he's-
the numbers to back up his unrivaled.
One of the best boxers, arguably the best boxer. One of the best trash talkers ever in any sport, and backed it up, obviously. A pioneer. This man did service, in the military. This man fucking was outspoken for many things. He helped the community. This man was a warrior, a true fucking warrior. Muhammad Ali was, man. Rest in peace to Muhammad Ali. But Jesus, like, impact.
His life was
was
painted
there
on a
for sure,
canvas
yeah.
larger than most of us can imagine. The heavyweight champion of the world, the conscientious objector, the black Muslim, and in the end, the hero bravely confronting Parkinson's disease as it robbed him of the use of his own body.
Formula One. Juan Manuel Fangio, Michael Schumacher, Ayrton Senna, Lewis Hamilton. During
Lewis
the
Hamilton. Okay, yeah, I expected Hamilton and Schumacher and Fangio to be there. I don't know much about Senna, to be honest with you. I've heard of Formula One for a while. I'm starting to watch the races a little bit more. I kind of went on and off with it. Like, I started watching it because of my dad, I mean, I would watch it from time to time. If he would watch it, and I would wake up early enough to watch the races, because most of the races would be in the morning, unless like they were closer. If they were like the Canadian or the U.S., any of the American Grand Prix races, they would be in the afternoon. But if I would wake up early enough to watch those races, probably it would be on a Sunday morning. I'll probably be up to watch a race before church. Like, usually, like in middle school, it would be like Sunday morning, we would if there was a race at like 9 a.m., we will watch the race probably till like 10:30-ish, and by the time we're at the house, the race is almost done or already over, and then we go to church right after. Like, that's usually how it worked, but then for a while, I didn't watch Formula One, got distracted watching other sports. Now I've kind of come back to it. Max Verstappen is on his way to be on this fucking list one day. I don't know how good Fangio or Senna is. And Schumacher, I've heard of his greatness. And Hamilton, I mean, I got to see his prime, like literally his towards the towards the end of his prime. And still, I mean, he's still racing great today, but obviously he's not where he was before, like 5, 6, 7 years ago. But I mean, bro, Hamilton was literally unfucking stoppable at one point, bro. This man won like 4 or 5 consecutive world championships. Verstappen, I mean, he's on his way to fucking become he's already won like 3 or 4. I'm yapping, but.
In the 1950s, Juan Manuel Fangio dominated Formula One, winning the World Drivers' Championship 5 times with 4 different teams.
When everybody asked me who was the best driver,
Damn, on 4 fucking teams, he's won 5 chippies?
I said,
Damn,
Juan Manuel
bro.
Fangio.
Fangio has already celebrated success in Europe. Now, his being in his home country has become a national affair.
For F1 drivers with at least 15 starts, Fangio possesses the all-time highest winning percentage. Michael Schumacher surpassed Fangio's championship record in 2003, securing his 6th title, and then added a 7th in 2004. Schumacher also tallied a record 77 fastest laps throughout his illustrious career. Another all-time great F1 driver was Ayrton Senna, who built a long list of impressive feats, including 3 championships with McLaren.
How would you like to be remembered?
As a winner.
His career was tragically cut short due to a fatal accident during the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix, but his name is forever etched in the history books. More recently, Lewis Hamilton has driven his way into the record books with the most wins, pole positions, and podium finishes in the history of the sport. Considering that and the fact that in 2020 he equaled Schumacher's record 7 world championships, Hamilton takes first place on the all-time F1 podium.
The world champion!
And I saw him win like 4. I saw him win like 4, maybe 5? Or actually, no, I probably saw him win like 4. So the other 3, obviously, by the time I started watching it, the motherfucker already won 3 of them. Like, he was already pretty much on a go trajectory before I even started watching.
record is equals Lewis
Yeah,
Hamilton wins the Turkish
Legend.
Grand Prix and is a 7-time champion of the world.
I've spoken with an angel.
Yeah, premium.
Navratilova, Novak Djokovic,
Okay.
Serena Williams, Roger Federer. Martina Navratilova.
I don't know much about her,
with a
but what's
record
it?
9 Wimbledon singles titles and 59 major titles overall, was one of the most prolific tennis players
Damn,
in history.
okay.
Nobody won more championships than Martina. It just didn't happen.
Okay.
New standards. God. In singles and doubles and mixed doubles. But you know, those are just numbers. She's the person. And the gods are with her.
In 1983, she won 86 of 87 matches, achieving a historic 98.8% winning percentage for the season. On the men's
86
side, it's hard to match
87?
what Novak Djokovic has done. He's won the most Grand Slam men's
Most
singles
Grand
titles and
Slams
holds the
ever,
record
yes.
for the most weeks ranked as the world's #1 player. During his rise
Like he won like 20 something, right? Like 24, 25. Yeah, the most ever men's.
to stardom,
Serena,
Williams
yes, we
was
know
boss of the
Serena,
women's game,
yes.
and she did it in both singles and doubles.
In a world dominated by 20-somethings, here's a 33-year-old athlete still on top of her game in one of the most physically demanding sports in the world.
A career Golden Slam in singles and doubles is unheard of, but that's what Serena did. However, in a close call for the top spot among tennis's greats, we're going with Roger Federer, who was ranked #1 in the world for men's singles for a record 237 weeks in a row. He displayed extraordinary
237?
consistency and
That's like 4
versatility,
years,
winning a record
bro.
8 Wimbledon titles in men's singles.
It cannot be all time. I mean, I've worked hard, and I think it's got to be sort of that fire and ice. And I think I'm more in the part where I love winning, and the other guys are maybe more in the I hate losing bit. You know.
Basketball. Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron James, Michael Jordan. As the nucleus of the Celtics
LeBron's the go. But okay, I get it.
dynasty during the late 1950s and 1960s, Bill Russell dominated the boards and defense on his way to 11 championships.
But y'all think Bill Russell's top? Is Bill Russell a top 4 player in the NBA? Like, okay, so what was the list again? Y'all had Will Chamberlain. No, okay. Y'all had Kareem. You had Bill Russell, Kareem, LeBron, and Jordan. Okay, Bill Russell. We're putting Bill Russell over Kobe? We're putting Bill Russell over Magic? We're putting Bill Russell over Tim Duncan? As much as I hated the Spurs as a Heat fan, man, Tim Duncan's, I think he's definitely deserves a mention here. I mean, it's not bad, though. I'm not one of those, like, Like, I kind of nitpick a little bit with Bill Russell because I know that he's 11 fucking championships, unbelievable, goated for that. But also, you kind of have to, like, look at, like, well, bro, there was, like, 8 teams at that time. Not his fault. He still was able to be dominant. He was still a great player. That doesn't change anything. But to put him in the top 4, I would not put him in my top 4. Just saying. Not in my top 4, but top 10, absolutely. There's no debate about that. I just think maybe Magic deserves a better case. Kobe. I mean, sure, maybe Kobe's not maybe a top 4. Maybe top 5 in that conversation for sure. I mean, Will Chamberlain also, like, that. But also, yeah, I guess you can kind of point out Bill Russell around that same era. I mean, Bill Russell was before Will Chamberlain, but still, close enough in eras where, again, the competition wasn't as great. But, again, that's not really a knock on them. They were still phenomenal. Like, that, the competition had nothing to do with them. They still fucking dominated. Yeah, and Tim Duncan, again. Like, I don't know. But the top 3 is solid, though. And then, of course, LeBron, of course, he's my GOAT. But Jordan, number 1, respectable. I'm not going to fucking bitch and moan about
On James, Michael Jordan. As the nucleus of the Celtics dynasty during the late 1950s and 1960s, Bill Russell dominated the boards and defense on his way to 11 championships in his 13-year NBA career.
One of the greatest players ever, he blazed trails and broke barriers. Yet for all his accolades, one aspect of his transcendent career stands out. He has more titles to his credit than any other player in NBA
absolutely,
history.
and he deserves
He was
that.
also a 5-time
honor.
MVP and 12-time NBA All-Star. In the era that followed, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the king of the center position and made his trademark skyhook an unstoppable art form.
Absolutely,
The Bucks
yeah.
and
Top
Showtime
5
Lakers
for
legend
sure,
won a
without a
record
doubt.
6 MVPs, made 19 All-Star appearances, and was absolutely dominant on both ends of the floor. When it comes to the best of the best, LeBron James has a strong case.
Sir, I think he's the greatest. But, I mean, it's Jordan. You
King's
can't really
longevity
complain
is
too much
unmatched.
either.
The most NBA All-Star selections and the most points of any player in NBA history.
yes,
His
sir.
combination of elite athleticism, passing, scoring, basketball IQ, and durability is unparalleled. However, by the
Unbelievable.
slightest of margins, we're placing Michael Jordan
Okay,
at the
slightest
top.
of margins?
5
All right,
MVPs
fair,
and
fair.
6 Finals MVPs during 2 three-peats for the Bulls only scratched the surface of MJ's historic.
One thing that I will say, like, dude, when the fuck are we ever going to see a three-peat in the NBA now? Like, it's insane to... Guys, you have no idea how insane it is to three-peat 2 times. And it only happened those 2 times because in between those 2 years, that stopped the three-peat, and could have made it a 8-peat, by the way. It could have been an 8-peat if Jordan decided to just fuck baseball. Fuck my dad's dream. I'm just going to stick to what I'm good at, and that's basketball. And I'm going to stay with the Chicago Bulls. And played in the 1994-1995 season. Or 93-94 and 94-95 season. And then probably would have won 2 championships in between those years. And then the second three-peat happened. That's insane. That's insane. They literally could have won 8 straight titles, ladies and gentlemen. It took Michael Jordan to fucking retire for the Houston Rockets to take advantage and win those 2 championships back-to-back when Jordan was retired. Because if he was not retired, oh, man. And to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think if I had to give in to a Jordan fan trying to get me to be the, to try to get me to say that Jordan is the GOAT, I feel like one of the biggest factors for me to kind of go on the Jordan side is if he would have stayed those 2 years and would have won those 2 championships the 2 years that he retired and would have 8-peated. I think he's undeniably the greatest ever. And I think LeBron would probably, he would stay at second at that point. And I can't play my bias game. I can't play my, obviously, I've watched him my entire fucking life. This man's NBA career is literally a day younger than my entire life. He made his debut October 29th, 2003. I was born October 28th, 2003. I am a day older than LeBron's entire NBA career, ladies and gentlemen. Greatness. But if Jordan would have AP'd it, I probably would have said Jordan's the GOAT. There probably would have been some other factors, but that would have been one of the biggest. That I couldn't deny that at all, bro. Winning 8 straight championships in the fucking 90s, when the competition was as fucking peak as it is, as everyone is complaining that the competition now is, I mean, it's still amazing, but everybody's saying, oh, the physicality, the dominance, the forces that you had to go up against in the 90s were unstoppable. And Jordan would have potentially won those 2 championships if he decided to, not retire those 2 years. That would have been insane. That would have been fucking unbelievable. But fuck the AP. In the modern NBA now, it's hard to repeat. It's hard to repeat. It's already hard to win a championship. That's enough already. That takes a lot. And it takes almost it just takes everything, the right path, the right matchups. Injuries are going to happen, but you still have to have the best depth. You still have to have an elite You have to have everything go right. Everything go perfect, damn near, for you to win a championship. To win back-to-back championships, that already takes a lot. To win 3 championships, my goodness, you're unfucking stoppable. To win 8, the rest of the league at this point fucking sucks because they can't even touch you. They can't even get near where you at. You're so fucking good that the rest of everybody is just looking at you like you guys are all the way over here. And they're all the way over here. Like, damn. They're so far ahead. They're so far ahead of everybody. But shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Jordan.
Baseball. Ted Williams, Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, Babe Ruth. If you have any of these...
Why you didn't put Barry Bonds? That's a good list, but where's Barry? How's Barry Bonds down the top 4? Because he took roids? Is it because he took the roids?
This guy's baseball cards, good for you. Ted Williams was the last guy to have a 400-plus batting average in a season.
They say the toughest thing in sport to do is to take a round bat and hit a round ball squarely.
Absolutely.
Ted Williams did that better than anyone who ever played the game.
The Boston Red Sox legend, whose
Until
career
fucking
spanned
Barry
from
Bonds came in.
1939 to 1960, got on base at a better rate than anyone ever. Then there was Hammer and Hank Aaron, who remains atop the list of players with the most runs batted in and the most All-Star selections. Not only did he swing the bat brilliantly, but he also held it down in the outfield, winning 3 Golden Glove awards.
I studied the game very much.
I thought he would have won more. He won 3?
If I hit 40 home runs, who I hit those 40 home runs off?
And here is Henry Aaron. This crowd
I thought he won like 5.
He's sitting
More, I
on
would have
714.
During that same era, outfielder Willie Mays won 12 consecutive Gold Gloves, a run that started a few seasons after his all-time famous catch, the 1954
one of the greatest highlights in baseball history, in MLB history.
Series. Offensively, he was a machine as well. However, it's an older player who gets the nod for baseball GOAT, Babe Ruth. The great Bambino was a slugger of the highest order. He remains at the top of the list or near the top of the list of essentially every major hitting category.
His legacy is that he is baseball. He is the human symbol of baseball. And I think it's no small legacy.
Football. Yeah. Lawrence Taylor.
Barry Bonds. Shout out to Barry Bonds. I think he deserved to be in this list for sure. Babe Ruth, I mean, it's just... It's hard, man. Like, for me, it's really hard to see how Babe Ruth can still be the best player. Like, Babe Ruth being the best baseball player in 2025 after 100 years since he last played a game, and the game has changed so many in different directions. Again, he was great at his time, but dude, would Babe Ruth even be a fucking superstar? I would say he'd still probably be a great player, but would he be a superstar, a top 5 player in today's MLB? I don't know, man. And look, I know I'm going back and forth with like, oh well, I'm putting this player in this generation, he sucks, or I'm putting this player in this generation, he'll be amazing. I know I'm kind of going back and forth with it, but hey, I'm sorry, bro. 100 years ago, it's a huge gap. You're telling me Paul Schemes is not gonna fucking lit up Babe Ruth from time to time? I'm not saying Babe Ruth is not gonna get a fucking hit off of Paul Schemes. But, like, that's just because I have enough faith in Babe Ruth getting on base once in a while, you know, and especially in a game of baseball where, again, you could fucking strike out, not get on base 7 out of 10 times, and you're still an above-average hitter, and you could still be an elite player at your position, at whatever position you're at. You could still be an elite hitter, not getting on base 7 out of 10 times. Like, I don't know. It's hard to compare different eras and stuff like that, but I mean, damn, you know, you look at the game now and you're like, fucking, dude, Ohtani is an absolute destroyer. This man is a fucking unicorn. Like, I value a little bit more in Ohtani than I see in Babe Ruth. I mean, I know Babe Ruth did both. He pitched and he hit at an elite level. But now, it's hard. It's hard, man. Ohtani has the potential to be the greatest, though. And he's on that trajectory. I just think we need to see him more pitching, because obviously he's been dominating in the, you know, hitting wise. But man, Ohtani has to be in this conversation at some point. But I mean, that's a little, you know, that's definitely something in the future. Not right now, but definitely the best player in baseball at the moment. But anyways, let's get to fucking football, as we can see Super Bowl 51 highlights. Lawrence Taylor, Jim Brown, Jerry Rice, and Tom Brady. Okay, I like the list. That's the best. We got the best receiver. We got the best running back. I don't know about that. We got the best quarterback, and we got one of the best defensive players ever. So,
Jim Brown, Jerry Rice, Tom Brady. When it comes to defense in the NFL, Lawrence Taylor was next level. LT remains the only rookie to have ever won NFL Defensive Player of the Year, and one of just 2 defensive players to ever win an MVP.
Lawrence Taylor comes on the scene, and we never see anybody that ferocious, that talented.
Once he gets
defensive player winning MVP sounds unfucking believable.
The last defensive
especially right now,
player to win the Most Valuable Player award.
On the offensive side of the ball, in an era before Taylor, Jim Brown was a nightmare for opposing defenses. He led the league in rushing 8 of the 9 seasons he played and holds the record for the highest career rushing yards per game among qualified players. At the wide receiver position,
I mean, I think if Barry Sanders played a little bit more, if he didn't retire so early, I think Barry Sanders probably would have taken the edge over Jim Brown. I'm gonna be honest with you. Barry Sanders was unfucking believable. But just Jim Brown holds most of the records still, and Barry Sanders just kind of felt short on some of those. But he was probably one of the best athletes on the football field ever, easily. Barry Sanders, fucking human highlight reel for hours, unfucking believable. Jerry Rice, the best receiver in the game, absolutely no debate about
Jerry
that.
Rice
We're not
at the
debating
top.
about that. We're not debating about that. We'll go with this.
A lifetime experience.
Right, but an incredible catch.
The greatest receiver of all time. He may have been the greatest football player of all time.
He stands alone as
Shout out to
the
Megatron.
National Football League history.
the 49ers legend is
But,
the all-time
yes,
leader
no.
in NFL career
Jerry
receptions, receiving yards, and touchdown catches. Finally, at the most important position in football, we list our GOAT, quarterback Tom Brady.
Yes.
The most career passing yards, touchdown
Of
passes,
course.
and wins by a player. The 7-time Super Bowl champion dissected defenses and led his team to victory like no other.
There will never be another one of
Never
him.
be Tom
He just
Brady. Man,
stand-
I remember I used to fucking hate Tom Brady, man. I used to hate this dude because I just didn't appreciate his greatness, bro. I was a Dolphins fan. He would always beat us. I mean, we got the best out of Brady. We had our fair moments where we beat Brady and stuff, and it was satisfying to watch. But, I mean, to me, it never really was worth it because he still would end up winning a fucking Super Bowl that season. So I would just be like, great, we beat you in the regular season, but you still won the damn Super Bowl. Fuck you. But, man, I definitely took his greatest for granted. But my goodness, man. Undoubtedly the GOAT. Undoubtedly.
There, upright, and just
We're not
hug you
debating
up.
that now.
The way that he does is spectacular.
He's etched in history as the greatest quarterback.
Hockey. Sidney Crosby, Bobby Orr, Mario Lemieux, Wayne Gretzky.
Sidney
From the
Crosby,
jump-
really? He's that good. I've heard of Sidney Crosby for sure. I've heard of Mario Lemieux and Wayne Gretzky for. She's the great one, so I'm guessing that's her number one pick. Sidney Crosby's that fucking good. I've heard of Sidney Crosby. He plays for the Penguins, right? But he's actually a top 4 player ever? Wow.
Sidney Crosby showcased his stardom, becoming the youngest player to record 100 points in a season and the youngest player to lead the NHL in points in a season.
That looks delicious. Okay, let's go back to it. Whoa!
Since he's gone on
That
to
was a
tally
filthy
double-digit
ass
All-Star
goal.
Game appearances. Another iconic player who led the league in points before Crosby's time was defenseman Bobby Orr. He's the
Wait,
only
what the fuck?
defenseman
They
to
used to
have ever
play with no helmets?
done that, and he did it twice, several years
Damn,
after.
they used to play hockey with no helmets, bro. Damn, that was fucking who made this decision to actually enforce helmets?
Or
Smart
retired
ones, I
Mario
guess.
Lemieux started
Geniuses.
his journey to become an all-time hockey great.
What the
I've
hell?
only played for one franchise. Pittsburgh is my home. I know I'm going to be here for a long, long time.
Oh, you also
Super
played for
Mario
Pittsburgh?
led the
Wow.
NHL in points 6 times during the 1980s and 1990s, and tallied 12 All-Star appearances by the end of his career. But the best on the all-time NHL Mount Rushmore is Wayne Gretzky, whose combination of hockey IQ, creativity, vision, and playmaking redefined the sport. The great one is the all-time leader in both goals and assists and holds dozens of other records.
Not anymore, ladies and gentlemen. He is not the all-time leader in goals in NHL history. Because Alex Ovechkin just passed him like a month ago. So this was recorded this was recorded before that happened. But yeah, just update alert. He is not he's now second on the goals all-time list in NHL history. Because I think if you combine the other league, he's still all-time in goals. And I heard a stat where if you took all away his goals, he would still have the most points in NHL history from any other player ever. He had over fucking 600 whatever goals. You remove all of that, he would still have the most points from assists than anybody else in NHL history. That's fucking ridiculous.
Wayne Gretzky, the great one, transcended accolades achieved on the ice to become a cultural icon with an immeasurable impact on hockey.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Soccer. Cristiano Ronaldo, Diego Maradona, Pele, Lionel Messi.
Okay.
With the most Champions League goals and most international goals in soccer history, Cristiano Ronaldo mastered goal scoring.
Ronaldo's coming in as an awkward one for him. He's got it. The breakthrough has come with 15 minutes to go.
He's thrived for many years, most notably at Real Madrid, where he won 4 Champions League titles. Well, before then, there was the great Diego Maradona, who was an absolute maestro on the pitch. Maradona led Argentina to victory in the 1986 World Cup and was named the tournament's best player. He and Brazilian legend Pele were named co-winners of the FIFA Player of the Century Award. Pele also dazzled in an attacking role, averaging almost a goal a game for Brazil and Santos.
Pelé, real name Edson Arantes do Nascimento, is widely regarded as one of the greatest ever exponents of the sport. He helped become known as the beautiful game.
At just 17, he scored in every knockout game en route to his first 3 World Cup titles.
That's
The title
insane,
of
bro.
GOAT.
Like 17 years old, playing in the World Cup, scoring a goal in each of the knockout games, which is what, 3? And then won the fucking World Cup. And then won 2 more after that. That's fucking insane. What the fuck? Damn!
Belongs to Lionel Messi, who
And Messi,
boasts
yes.
the most extensive list of individual and team awards in soccer history. Beyond accolades, the Argentina and Barcelona legend has consistently delivered otherworldly magic on the pitch, executing countless brilliant dribbles, passes, and shots that few others would dare attempt, let alone pull off.
Of course, Lionel Messi. The man for all moments. For many on planet football, the number one. The man.
What sports legend
He lost
do you
that
wish you
World
could have
Cup,
seen
but
live? Let us
he
know in
won
the
the next
comments.
one.
If that's the last image of Michael Jordan, how magnificent is it?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watchmojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the 4 best players from each major sport. We got soccer, hockey, baseball, basketball, Formula One, cricket, golf, you name it. Most of these damn sports were here. And for the most part, it's pretty accurate. Again, some I would disagree, some I would add and, replace, but we all have opinions here, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this was definitely a way better video than that last one that I reacted to a little while ago. Yeah. Shout out to Watchmojo. There'll be probably more videos. I'll react to them in the future. We'll see which will be what will be the next one. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. More reaction videos coming. More reaction videos coming. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Take care and peace out, my friends.